Hello, this is my second video this morning. This one, my last one actually got cut off before I was completely done, but I just kind of didn't feel like re-recording it, so I just kind of, I'm just like, whatever, I'm going to move on to my second topic, music. So, I have been a music lover since I can remember. I grew up in a mostly black household. So I was always exposed to early hip-hop music, like 90s, 80s hip-hop, pop. But I had to find a lot of rock and folk and indie music on my own, which actually turned out to be my favorite genres, especially folk. And I guess music is one of my favorite elements that are involved in this newly technological life, because these things are elements. Music for me can bring my mood all the way up. It could bring my mood all the way down. I could literally be listening to a song and be all the way up, but the next song comes on, and as soon as that song comes on, it literally changes my entire mood. It changes how I act towards people. It changes how I react to things. If someone tells me bad news during a really down and bad song, chances are I'm going to take that news even worse. If someone tells me that same news during a more up song, chances are I'm going to be more despondent in my response. I'm going to maybe take some time. I'm going to maybe process it a little bit better. And so for anyone who listens to music on a regular basis, this can be a good or a bad thing. One thing, when I first went into treatment in February, my first social worker / therapist, she told me, since music is such a big influence, to only listen to happy songs for a week. So I did that. Even when I didn't want to, it was a really, really tough week, because when I'm down, and I was down a lot during that time. I mean, I'm still go through my down periods, but making myself listen to a happy song was so fucking difficult. It was like forcing a child to take their medicine when the medicine is icky and they know it's icky. That is exactly how I responded to these goddamn happy songs. I'd be like, I don't want to fucking listen to that shit right now. I don't want to. I just don't want to. I don't want to listen to fucking happy Regina Spektor songs. I want to listen to sad Regina Spektor songs. I don't want to listen to happy traveling Bob Dylan songs. I want to listen to It's All Over Now, Baby Blue. That's what I want to hear. Like, I don't want to hear fucking early one morning the sun was rising and I was laying in bed wondering if she came at all or what I had was still red. And that was just like how I felt. But actually doing it and actually following through with it for most of the week, because I lasted like 5 days, and then I broke down on those last couple of days, and I was like, fuck this, Agnes Obel, let's do it. And I went all down. But listening to the happy music for those days, it actually really did improve my week, in the sense where I forced myself to be happy in situations I otherwise would not have been. And this was a good and a bad thing, because there were some situations that week, I think, that did maybe need to be, they needed to be responded to a little bit tougher. But because I was listening to only happy music, I didn't have those tough responses. I had lighter, more lighthearted responses. And so I know as borderlines, we think with our amygdala. Well, the amygdala is actually also in charge of, not in charge of, but is affected by the music that we listen to. Well, at least the tones in the music, maybe not the actual words, not the actual lyrical content, but the actual notes of the music. That's what affects our amygdala. Of course, our central cortex is in charge of, our central cortex and our frontal lobe are both